Hey you guys, it's Miss Larison again. I have another great read aloud for you, but before we do that, let's review our word we talked about last time, which is author. Author. And just to review, I hope you remember this, but the author is the person who writes the words in a book. So the author is the person who writes the words in a book or a magazine or an encyclopedia or on a website, but the author is the person who writes the words. And one of my favorite authors is the author of the book I've chosen for you today. His name is Mo Willems. Mo Willems. He writes some great books that you all really, really like Piggy and Elephant. I know lots of you like the Piggy and Elephant books. And this is the author of those books, Mo Willems. And this is one of my favorite ones. It's called Knuffle Bunny. It's a funny sound or a funny word, Knuffle Bunny. Not so long ago, before she could even speak words, Trixie went on an errand with her daddy. Now, an errand is like where you go around town. Maybe you have to go to the grocery store or you have to pick something up for your mom. Or an errand is just when you have to go somewhere and you have a job to do. So here's Trixie going on an errand with her daddy. Trixie and her daddy went down the block, through the park. Down the block, through the park. Past the school and into the laundromat. So past the school, into the laundromat. And the laundromat is where you go and wash your clothes. They have washers and dryers there, and you have to pay money to wash those. Trixie helped her daddy put the laundry into the machine. She even got to put the money into the machine. Then they left. So they put the stuff in there and then left while it's washing. But a block or so later, Trixie realized something. She looks really worried, doesn't she? Trixie turned to her daddy and said, "Aggle, flaggle, clabble." "That's right," replied her daddy. "We're going home." Now remember, Trixie's just a little bitty girl, like a toddler, so she doesn't know how to talk really well. So that's why she just yelled, "Aggle, flaggle, clabble." "Aggle, flaggle, clabble," said Trixie again. "Blaggle, plaggle, wubby, flappy, snurp." Does Dad know what she's talking about? He doesn't really look like it. He looks kind of confused, like, what in the world? "Now, please don't get fussy," said her daddy. Well, she had no choice. Trixie bawled. That means she cried and screamed. Ah! She went boneless. I love that explanation. She went boneless. If you've ever seen a little kid, or maybe you have a little brother or sister, when they go boneless, it's just they collapse. They won't walk. They won't stand up. She did everything she could to show how unhappy she was. By the time they got home, her daddy was unhappy too. Look, you can see everyone's looking at them like, what is wrong with that little girl? As soon as Trixie's mommy opened the door, she asked, "Where's Knuffle Bunny?" Mom knows why she was screaming, doesn't she? The whole family ran down the block, and they ran through the park. They zoomed past the school and into the laundromat. Trixie's daddy looked for Knuffle Bunny and looked and looked and looked, but Knuffle Bunny was nowhere to be found. Trixie looks so sad. So Trixie's daddy decided to look harder until Knuffle Bunny! And those were the first words Trixie ever said. So those were the first words that you could actually understand that she said. Knuffle Bunny. Now there are a couple more of these in the series that I'll see if I can find those at the library and read those to you too. So this was Knuffle Bunny by Mo Willems. I hope you enjoyed.